You ever scroll through your feed, see a video, and just get that weird feeling in your gut? Like, is this even real? Yeah. In the age of AI, that question is getting almost impossible to answer. Honestly, we've hit a crisis point where just trying to tell what's real from what's fake feels like a full-time job. But what if there was a way to end all that? Let's get into it. So this is the core idea from a company called Linkspreed. What they're saying is that in this new digital world, our gut feelings, they're just not going to cut it anymore. We can't just trust the source. Trust itself needs a total upgrade. It has to be something you can prove, something you can verify, something as solid and reliable as a number and an equation. I mean, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? How on earth do you take an idea as big and messy as truth and turn it into something your phone can check with like 100% certainty? Well, that is the exact puzzle we're going to break down right here. Okay, so the answer they've come up with is a system they call SOURCE, and it's designed to be a direct counterattack to what they're calling the event horizon of AI disinformation. You know, that terrifying tipping point where we just can't tell what's real at all. Now, let's be clear, Source isn't just another app you download to spot fakes. No, it's way more fundamental than that. Think of it as an entire ecosystem designed to build a layer of verifiable trust right into the fabric of the internet itself, making it incredibly hard to fake anything from the get-go. So here's the secret sauce. Source basically smashes three things together. It uses secure hardware, like a special chip inside your camera. It ties whatever you capture to your verified digital identity, and then it records that whole connection on a decentralized ledger. It's basically a digital birth certificate for every single photo and video, proving it's real from the exact moment it's created. To actually pull this off, the whole system is built on what they call the 6 pillars of truth, and each pillar is designed to fight back against a very specific way a reality is being twisted and manipulated online. You know, this slide is great because it just lays the whole strategy out. On the left, you've got all the problems we're dealing with. Deepfakes, context being twisted, our digital stuff getting stolen. And then right next to it, on the right, you see the specific tech solution for each one. Let's take a closer look at these, one by one. All right, first up, fake people. The system doesn't try to spot the deepfakes. Instead, it proves that the real content came from a real person's device, not some AI. And that leads to this other huge problem called the liar's dividend. That's when a public figure gets caught on camera doing something, but they can just say, no, that's a deepfake. Well, with Source, that excuse is gone. The signature tied to their identity makes denying it mathematically impossible. Okay, so that handles the who. What about the where and the when? We've all seen this, right? A real video from years ago is used to stir up fake outrage today. Source stops that by locking the time and location data right into the file's signature. It also fixes something called the analog gap, which is just a fancy term for that simple trick where someone takes a photo of a screen to fake you out. By using a 3D sensor, like LiDAR, it can tell the difference between a real 3D person and a flat 2D picture. And finally, this is about protecting you. If you're an artist or a creator, this tech means an AI can't just scrape your work and pass it off as its own. Your ownership is baked right into the file. And for the rest of us, it's an identity shield. Think about it. Your face, your voice, that's locked to your digital ID. Nobody can use it to create a deepfake of you without your explicit, provable permission. So those are the 6 big ideas, the pillars. But how does it all actually work together, from the moment you hit record to the second I watch your video? That's where this thing called the trust pipeline comes in. It's really a 4-step journey. 1, a secure chip signs the data right from the camera sensor before the phone's OS can even mess with it. 2, that signature gets locked to your verified digital ID. 3, proof of that lock gets stored on a global, decentralized network. Basically a public database that nobody owns and nobody can change. And finally, step 4, anyone, anywhere can use an app to instantly check if that content is legit. Now, if that all sounded a little too technical, just think of it like this. It's a digital evidence bag. From the second something is recorded to the second you see it, it's sealed in a tamper-proof container that proves exactly who made it, where they made it, and when. It's literally a chain of custody for reality itself. So what would a world with this tech actually feel like? The goal here isn't just to debunk fakes after the damage is done. It's to build a world where fakes are just obvious from the start, to literally change how we see information. And this quote from the project briefing really gets to the heart of it. They're not just playing defense. They want to completely re-architect the system so that truth is the default setting baked right in. And this is where it gets wild. Picture this. You're wearing AR glasses. You look at a person, and if their identity's verified, maybe you see a subtle golden glow around them. You look at a news report on a screen, and if it's been tampered with, it flashes a red warning. You wouldn't have to guess what's real anymore. You could literally see it. It would become like a sixth sense for truth.
Which brings us to one last really big question. If a truth layer for reality actually exists, giving us all the power to instantly know what's real, what does it mean for a world if some people just choose to turn it off?